Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am back in Amy's garden and we are going to do Grace's free time. For the first free time, she is in her room, so we are not able to do her.
Oi!
Who is it?
Huh?
How did you know I was here? The gap between the door and the floor, Soybean. It casts a shadow when you're standing in front of it. Now piss off. How the hell did she notice that? Is she watching the bottom of the door for movement? Whatever, I had no intention of entering her room anyway. Okay guys, so I didn't actually know that Grace didn't have any free time events, and she's always in her dorm. So because Grace has no free time events, instead of just like shoving her aside, I decided to just like make that little like part in before. And I'm gonna go over the imitation art. So I'm gonna do a little analysis of every single person. I'm gonna talk about like, because to me, it's like what an important part in the game is gonna be. So like, and like what their animal has to do with it and all that stuff. So let's get into this, and I have 16 to do. So first, of course, we have Damon, and all of these have um a title. So his is What Are You, a Hope? So I'm kind of thinking because of the picture, maybe the kid could be like him in the past, or he's just like wishing for a better future for the kid, looking back on his past. It kind of like gives that he didn't have a childhood that much. There's also some free time events that show him kind of like not talking about his family. Um, it can also show that he has hope in himself, maybe a little too much because he's a little self-centered, but it also shows that he like does care, even though his animal is like a snake. But that's why his personality is kind of like harsh, I guess, but he still has hope for other people and cares. Next is Eva, and if you haven't watched chapter 1, you should probably not be watching this video because there's going to be spoilers. But anyways, this her title is A Lie, of course, and I'm kind of seeing maybe a different personality. She wishes it could be her. It could also be Halo, like pretending to be behind a mask or like pretending to be innocent, because during the trial she was being like, I'm owning up to it, like other people wouldn't do that. But she, you know, I was also talking to Jessica about it and she said like two-faced. So maybe she had like kind of two personalities, like the personality where she's a liar and she's very different at the start, but then when her real talent got outed, she started becoming the real version of her. And also, she's just a compulsive liar, probably. Next is Mark. This one is pretty sad. Um, the title is A Choice. So it could just be that he had like a dark past. It could be his father, I'm guessing. Maybe he had to make the choice to maybe like let go of him, because if he was in the hospital, he was probably alone. He had to like pay the bills and stuff. And if that is Mark in the past or maybe the future, then that's really messed up, actually. It could just be meaning that Mark is gonna make like a really big choice in the game, kind of like how he did in his past, maybe. This one is Jet, and when I first saw it, I didn't really know who it was because it's very hard. But anyways, the fire is like his face, and then he's holding the trophy. Um, the title is A Mistake, and I think it's there was an accident probably when he was racing and something it caught on fire. Um, Probably why he wears his suit to like cover it up. Maybe I'm thinking maybe because he's holding the trophy, he won, but like at what cost? You know, maybe like one of his friends died, or maybe it's just because he caught on fire and had to get like medical attention and has like he doesn't want to look at his body anymore. Anyways, that's really sad. I don't know what that might be saying in the future for him. Maybe that he'll make a mistake? Perhaps. He'll do something bad. Next is Ingrid. The title is an obligation. For me, this doesn't really look like SA. It's more as in she doesn't want to let down people. She feels stuck because like she wants to help everybody and she feels like the need to be helping everybody all the time. Her animal is a lion, so it's like she's as tough as a lion. She takes care of everyone, leader of the pack. Um, it could also mean like guilt of something, like she can't talk because one of the hands are like at her throat, and it's kind of just like, yeah, it's very much feeling that she's like stuck being this perfect person that can't let anyone down. And I can see that in the future of the game, probably like when people keep dying, she'll slowly like break. And I'm kind of scared. She might be a killer, guys. Diana's title is a change, and her animal is a chameleon too. So for me, this means like because the story, I feel like it's their most important part of the story, and she already did that big thing with Wolfgang, like being, I'll become what he couldn't be accomplished. It could also be something darker, like she's blending in to those around her, which means she can be a little bit fake and like self-centered, maybe a little bit, and then she's just putting up this front and like being what the people around her want her to be. It could also be like trying to love herself because, as you can see, one of them has the bracelet and one of them does not. So that could be her past, just trying to look back and try to connect to who she was before. Maybe she was a bad person before. Next is Wolfgang. This one is freaking crazy and it makes me uncomfortable. Um, his animal is sheep. The title is Not Like You. So of course, wolf in sheep's clothing. Maybe like an abusive father, and he hates that he looks like him because when we got that photo, Damon also thought that that was Wolfgang at first. So maybe he hates that he looks like his father because his father is a bad person. His father also has a crown, so maybe it's like he feels like he doesn't have any power, he can't do anything to fight back. Maybe he's trying to forgive somebody, or maybe, I don't know, he's like praying, like begging for forgiveness. So maybe it's like his mother, because it's kind of giving like abusive father, mother who takes the abuse, sadly, and he hates himself because his mother sees his father in him. It's just really sad, I guess. Um, this is Kai. It's called A Cycle, and this makes me really sad. I feel like it's probably an eating disorder in his past, not being happy with his body because he needs like filters to feel pretty on the internet. That was like said. He also dyed his hair, and for the story, I feel like it could be like the butterfly effect, as in like he's gonna be he's gonna do small things to really change the story, and he can be a reoccurring person of support because the title is a cycle. So maybe Damon and Kai are always like together, like, come on. Anyways, also in the mirror, that kind of looks like him. The shoes are a bit different, but it also, like, in his sprite, that's what he's wearing. So it could be looking back on himself. Next is Toshiko, and it's titled A Wish, and for me it's just nostalgia, wishing things could go back to the way it was before. It's still hiding her face, which is kinda like, what's going on, Toshiko? You're kinda suspicious. It could also mean not recognizing herself, like the one with the mask could be present or past, and then the one with the like the smudge could be not really seeing herself anymore or like kind of losing herself. Um, yeah, just like looking on memories of the past. Grace, her title is A Friend. This one is kind of hard for me because It doesn't say a lot. I'm not sure why it says a friend, because Grace is obviously not going to be a friend. Maybe she'll have a redemption arc, but this is giving her defensive nature is because of the past. Family is most important. Her only friend is her family. Maybe she had to like defend her family from people like loan sharks. I don't know. I don't know what the setting is. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. This one makes me really mad. It's Ulysses, and the title is A Sacrifice. So obviously, he could be a sacrifice in the game, which makes me really. I don't want him to die. I think he's really interesting. He's, now that I thought about it, he kind of gives Mastermind. Hope not, but anyways. It could also mean, and I hope this is what it means, sacrificing his time to his craft. Because he doesn't sleep, he doesn't really remember things, I think. He only knows things off the top of his head that are related to his job. Anything else is written down. And maybe it's like ignoring the things around him because of his writing. So yeah, maybe I feel like the sacrifice could mean like sacrificing his time, but for the game, I feel like the only thing it could be is sacrificing himself for everybody else. This is Desmond. Um, the title is a key. This also makes me think that he's like a key to the end of the game. It could also be a symbolism of revenge because people are stabbing him, but it's also stabbing the people who are stabbing him. Maybe he'll be very like, if somebody hurts him, he'll hurt back, but he'll take it. It could also be being a target because everybody is aiming for him. Maybe hurting others accidentally, not meaning to hurt others, because he's not the one stabbing them. They just accidentally stabbed himself, but it's because of him that they stabbed himself, you know? But yeah, a key to the end of the game, maybe. Maybe it's a key because he's gonna be the key to all the trials. Like this trial, he was already like the thingy. They got the weapons from his room. Maybe he'll have like a minor role in all of them. Next is Eloise. It's called a hunt. Um, this is scary. Who's chasing her? Maybe it's feeling like there's no escape because when you look in the picture, nothing is behind her. Like it's only one way she can go. Maybe she's like scared, she's always running. If there's a choice to run, she will. And this could also be why she chose the talent of fencing because she felt like she could be agile and move and like dodge. But this makes me think that she's gonna be a target, maybe like Desmond or something. I don't know. Next is Winona. This one makes me really uncomfortable too. It's called a foe. So this could just be like her life, like trying to get to the top, but everyone around her is kind of fake or like the same people. Which one is actually her? Like maybe I don't know. Like this is really confusing for me. Why is there five of her? Which one's actually her? She's like, her animal is a bear. She might be like a supporter, because her animal is a bear, but then the title is called a foe. So it's like, is she gonna be? I feel like she's gonna support Damon, but also be like harsh on him, like, no, you're dumb. Almost done. This one's Cassidy, a decision. So I feel like this kind of connects to Mark. So she's gonna have to make a big choice in the game. Maybe because she has no voice in the picture, maybe it's like she feels like she has no voice or room to speak. Like maybe during the choice, so like if there's a trial and she's like everyone's on one side, but she's like, no guys, this is wrong, but she feels like she can't speak that opinion because there's no point. It'd also be going against her morals, feeling helpless. It's a little scary how I think that's her in the mirror. It looks like a little version of her. A lot of these kind of remind me of like people looking in on the past. That's like the only thing I'm kind of seeing, you know? Maybe she had to make a big decision in her past. I'm not sure how spiders have to do with anything, but they're in the sink, so. This one is Jean. It's called A Secret. This makes me think that Jean is going to be evil, if I'm being honest. I feel like he's lying about his personality because it's like a betrayal. I'm pretty sure he's the shadow. Like he doesn't really look like that guy in the middle. That could also be him though. Maybe he's hiding his personality. Like he's shown a lot in the trial that he is a smart person, but he just like looks dumb, you know? And he's like a sailor too, so I don't know. And then his animal is a dragon, so that could mean like protection, but it can also be hurtful. And of course, this image could also just mean like maybe he had to do this. Maybe the people were gonna betray him. He felt like he had to, and it's a secret because he doesn't want people to know that he killed people. I don't know. Anyways, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys all in the next free time events. Hopefully, if you have any thoughts about these, comment down below, because I would really like to know actually. And I'm scared for Ulysses. I don't know how you say it, Ulysses? I think that's how they say it in the trial. Anyways, bye.